The enigmatic murals. Chapter 1 Shadows of the City. The neon lights of New York City flickered against the damp pavement, casting kaleidoscopic reflections as the evening traffic thrummed with life. Jake Monroe, a private investigator with a reputation for being more skeptical than savvy, adjusted his fedora and scanned the crowded streets from his corner booth at a diner on the Lower East Side. While most people opted for the bustle of social media or the perils of nightlife, Jake preferred the quiet solitude of a greasy spoon. Dodging the shadows of life, he thrived in the anonymity found beneath the haze of mania, observing others as they danced whimsically with destiny. On this damp Tuesday evening, the air was thick with the aroma of frying onions and strong coffee. His only company was the grainy investigative report he incessantly pored over, plagued with unanswered questions about the city's latest sensation. Murals that seemed to predict the future. Just another urban legend, he grumbled to himself, wiping a smudge of grease from his chin with a napkin. As he sipped his coffee, the diner door swung open and an unusual gust swept through. A young woman with a cascade of vivid blue hair and splattered paint on her overalls stepped inside. The energy within the diner shifted as she ordered a double espresso and perched on the stool at the counter. There was something ethereal about her, an artist's soul intertwined with a hustler's edge. Jake's instincts flickered to life. As a private investigator, he was trained to read people, and this woman was no ordinary patron. Ignoring his better judgment, he moved closer, his curiosity luring him in. "Seen any of those murals?" he asked, a mix of cool detachment and cautious intrigue. She glared at him slightly, her expression cryptic but amused, as if he had just spoken in a language only a few could comprehend. "Maybe. Depends on what you think they are," she retorted, her voice laced with playful challenge. Chapter 2 The Artist. "Amara, and you?" she asked, swirling her espresso. The rich aroma cocoons her in memories of vibrant street corners and graffiti-drenched alleys. "Jake. Just trying to figure out this whole mural mystery," he admitted, feeling an unfamiliar warmth radiate from her energy. "People claim these paintings know the future, or something like that." A mischievous smile danced on her lips. "Yeah, I've heard the stories. The ones that predict breakups, accidents, fortune. But you know, it's way more complicated than that." He leaned forward, intrigued. "Complicated how?" She looked out the window, and Jake followed her gaze. Under the glow of a nearby street lamp stood one of the murals, a vivid depiction of a crow. It seemed to shift and shimmer in the light, as if it were alive. The mural had been drawing crowds for days, and not just for its artistry. "People project their hopes and fears onto it," she explained cryptically. "The artists create the canvas, but the viewers breathe life into it. It's a mirror reflecting their souls." Jake analyzed her words. Mural or fortune teller, in the line of his work, he had unraveled countless charades, but this one was different. "Can you show me where they all are?" he asked, tipping his hand and revealing a flickering interest beyond mere professional curiosity. Amara smiled, and he felt something in that split second, a connection forged in the perfect chaos of the city. "Why not? Let's go for a ride." Chapter 3 Into the Wild. They weaved through the streets, Amara's paint-splattered hands gesturing animatedly as she recounted stories of her ventures creating art. Each mural came with a tale, and with each tale, Jake felt the layers of her enigmatic personality unfurl. They visited murals adorned with whimsical creatures and vibrant symbols, each an echo of shared human experience. One particular mural she unveiled, a phoenix rising from ashes, was a poignant reminder of resilience. This one was for a friend who lost everything. It became a communal piece, a testament to the city's spirit, she spoke, her voice softening as she brushed her fingers against the artwork. Jake felt compelled to share his world too, revealing snippets of his life as a pie, cases of heartbreak, betrayal, lies. Amara listened intently, her expressive eyes burning with the brilliance of connection. As dusk faded into night, they found themselves in an alley obscured by moonlight. "There's one more I want to show you," Amara whispered, pulling him forward. In the secluded corners of the city, graffiti flourished like a hidden garden. As they neared their destination, Jake's heart raced, not just from the thrill of discovery but from the unforeseen bond forming between them. Chapter 4 The Prophecy. He turned the corner and gasped. Before them stretched a mural, sprawling across the brick wall, a swirling cosmos alive with colors. Stars twinkled, and an ethereal figure stood at the center, a woman with outstretched hands. "What is this?" he whispered, drawn into its beauty. "This one is special," Amara murmured, stepping closer. "Rumor has it that whoever gazes at it will see glimpses of their fate." Jake furrowed his brow. "And you believe that?" "Do you want to see?" she challenged, her expression daring him to confront his skepticism. He hesitated, the stories swirling in his mind, warnings and possibilities. "Why not?" he replied boldly, emboldened by the connection they forged. Together they stood before the mural. Jake closed his eyes and felt the world blur, images cascaded across his mind. Uncertain futures, choices, and a silhouette of Amara intertwining with them. Floating amid the chaos was the premonition of danger, something lurking in the shadows, an ominous prediction. Emerging from the reverie, he gasped as he opened his eyes. "I saw something," he started, shaken. But Amara's expression was tinted with concern. "It's just a reflection of our fears, or our desires." "But it felt real," he insisted. "What if?" "Focus on the bond we're forming here. Let the city's chaos guide us," she urged, her intense gaze locking onto his. Chapter 5 Unraveling Threads. The next day, as they began tracking down the origins of the mural, Jake's skepticism was met with Amara's open-minded spirit. They delved into the histories of the artists behind the predictions, while each mural led them to stories of pain, hope, and unexpected turns. In the midst of their adventure, they encountered Sienna, a former street artist whose most famous mural had gone viral before vanishing mysteriously. "I painted it based on a dream," she explained, her voice haunting. "But the very next day, chaos erupted in my life. My family was torn apart, I couldn't handle the weight." Jake's heart thudded with understanding. "And the murals?" "They started to hold power," Sienna whispered, the shadows deepening around her. "Since then, I've abandoned the streets, but those like Amara still believe." As they walked away, Jake reflected on the impact those murals had on the artists' lives. Realizing the duality of art and its reflection on the human experience, he began to see Amara as something more than just a companion. She was a light amid the darkness he often waded through. Chapter 6 Descent into Chaos. But not all was well in the city. As they navigated through social media chatter and hushed rumors, a sinister note emerged. Someone didn't like the growing intrigue around the murals. Their ominous graffiti warned of consequences. "Stay away or face the wrath," it claimed. Jake and Amara scavenged through alleyways for clues, their investigation grew more frantic. The shadowy messages tainted their every encounter, the tension thickening in the air. "Someone is hiding something," Jake said, adrenaline snapping through him. Tensions flared, and one fateful evening as they stood before the celestial mural, they were ambushed by masked figures emerging from the darkness. The chaos erupted, and Jake pushed Amara out of harm's way but was struck in the confusion. As lights flickered and stars blazed in front of his eyes, it became painfully clear. This was more dangerous than he had anticipated. When he regained consciousness, the mural loomed nearby, its vibrant colors muted by the weight of his newfound fate. Chapter 7 The Ties That Bind. Days turned into frenzied searches, as Amara refused to leave his side while he healed. She tended to Jake, navigating a different kind of chaos, one built on comfort and connection. Their mutual introspection deepened, revealing hidden fears and aspirations forged through the shadows and warmth of humanity. One twilight evening, as they sat side by side beneath the stars, Jake finally found the courage to speak. "What are we doing?" His voice trembled. "Pushing against the chaos," Amara replied. "Together." Their fingers brushed. Sparks ignited a passion neither anticipated, tethered by hope's fragile thread. In that moment, they both felt the weight of the city vanish, replaced by an electric bond, sparking from the flames of art and empathy. But the looming threat remained. The masked figures were still out there, determined to suppress the magic radiated by the murals. Chapter 8 Reckoning. Their investigation had mere hours before the covers would be fully pulled over the city's enchantment. Gathering the courage to confront fear head-on, they tracked down Sienna once more, only to find her submerged in shadows, warning them further. "It's not just about the murals," she insisted. "There are those who fear the truths they reveal." Determined more than ever, Jake, Amara, and Sienna devised a plan to unveil the culprits. They painted their final mural with vivid strokes, symbols projecting hope, and rallied a gathering of artists and supporters beneath the celestial mural. The night air crackled with electricity, anticipation palpable. As the crowd gathered, a realization crystallized. The murals were more than mere art, they acted as conduits of truth within a world destined to be shrouded in darkness. Chapter 9, Embracing the Vision. With the canvas alive, they unleashed their full potential, their voices united against those who wished for the shadows. The moment reverberated with paths intertwining, an expression of resistance born from uncertainty. The masked figures emerged from the darkness once more, but this time met with defiance. As Jake encouraged the crowd, Amara painted fervently beside him. Each brushstroke liberated a whisper, a longing for truth and connection. As the mural finally illuminated with vibrancy, light cascaded off the walls, the shadows began to dissolve, revealing the faces hidden behind the masks. The truth shattered through, angry fists revealing cowardice as they unraveled in silence. Chapter 10, A New Beginning. In the wake of chaos and transformation, the community celebrated the power within art, unity, and resilience. The murals pulsed with energy, echoing the possibilities ahead and beckoning those who had lost hope. Jake gazed into Amara's captivating blue eyes, gratitude swelling within him. "Thank you for believing in me," he whispered softly, heart racing at the thought of how far they had come. She grinned, a kaleidoscope of dreams spiraling within her expression. "It's just the beginning, Jake. This city is ours." They stood together, beneath the radiant mural, fully intertwined not just in purpose but in connection. A partnership crafted in the overlapping layers of artistry, love, and conviction. As they gazed up at the painted skies, the city throbbed with life. Jake felt at last not just like a detective, but a part of something divine, a vivid mural that would forever entwine their futures. Was it only the chaos of the city that had breathed life into their bond, or was it the art that spoke of untold truths? In the end, it didn't matter. They stood on the brink of a universe illuminated by possibility.